Yadadai dai dai. Yadadai dai yadadai dai. Yadadai dai 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 dum. Yadadai dai dai. Yadadai dai 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 dai. Yadadai dai dai. Yadadai dai dai. Yada da 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 da. Yada da da da. Yada da 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 da. Yada da yada da da da. Yada da da da. Yada da 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 da. Yada da da da. Yada da da da. Yada da 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 da. Yada da 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 dum. Yada da 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 da. Yada da 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 da. Yada da da da. Yada da 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 da. Yada da da da. Yada da 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 da. Yada da 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 da. Yada da 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 da. Yada da 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 da. Yada da 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 da. Yada da da da. Yada da 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 dum. Yada da da da. Yada da da da. Yada da 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 da. Yada da da da. Yada da 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 dum. Erev Tov, good evening. Welcome back. It's always something. It's always the time to be back in the seat, back in the saddle, back in the place where our connection matters most, is the places that we do things together. So setting intention before we count the Omer tonight is to say that may it be your will, Eternal One, our God, that by the merit of us counting the Omer in anticipation of receiving Torah, receiving authenticity, receiving a better version of ourselves to ourselves as a gift, and discipline of righteousness, the discipline of showing up each day, we will add sanctity, we will add spiritual deepening to our souls. We come here because we're ready and prepared to fulfill this mitzvah. We come here prepared to do something. Maybe it's just to show up, or maybe it's really to fulfill that which is adding dimension to our character. So before we count the day, we always finish with a little bit of gratitude for today. And so this morning we had a beautiful bat mitzvah at North Country Reform, our place away from home, where we have been having our bar and bat mitzvah, our B mitzvahs. And that was beautiful. Alexa did a great job, and it was wonderful to be there with her. That's one sense of gratitude. The other was a different thing, which was, not trying to do everything before these twins make their arrival, but, a couple of things that just need to be in the house in order to make sure that, there's some sense of, like, we have the bare necessities and all the extras. We have a lot of those too, but you need certain things like wipes and formula and diapers, whatever. So I went to get it today, and I paid for all the things, and then you can't get the formula without going to this special kind of register, kind of like where they take, where they wire money. It's like in a little alcove. Anyway, and the formula is locked up. So I said jokingly, but knowing the full reason of why, said, it's so strange that formula has to be locked up. And the person looked at me who was standing beside me, who worked at the store, said, you'd be surprised how many people used to steal formula. And in that instant, I thought how sad that is. And I thought how grateful I am that, we never have enough money, right? We always complain about the things that we can't do. But to really realize how whatever we do have, even if it doesn't feel like enough, thank God I can afford to buy the formula. It doesn't have to be a situation where we're stealing to feed a child. And so those are my two major pieces of gratitude today. But there's a lot. And there's a lot for all of us. And sometimes we see it and sometimes we don't. And so that's the gratitude. And the forgiveness for today is, there are times when we are not perfect and others are not perfect to us. But we find our place in the world, and we hope that whatever we did, whether we did it willfully or we accidental, unbeknownst to us or not, those that we've hurt and those that have hurt us, that we can find a little bit of forgiveness in our hearts to let go of the burden that we're holding on to. Maybe that person doesn't matter to you. Maybe that person does, and you know what? You can't be hurt again and again and again, and so it's just too much, and so you just let it go. May you feel that freedom. May you be able to say, maybe be able to put words to this idea that, compassion and kindness is going to guide me forward. So for all that is not perfect, all the he said, she said, they said, whatever that is, in the moment for yourself, may compassion and kindness be your guide. Let's do some work today. We got a lot of work to do. We got some late bloomers. I don't know, maybe the live didn't trigger right away. So I was actually on time today and surprised to not see others. But guess what? I rambled and ranted. And now it's time to count the Omer. So I'm glad that you're here. And let's do that. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ruach haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat haomer. Asfirat Omer. Yesterday was day 30. Counting for today. Hayom echad u'shloshim yom shehem arba'a shavuot u'shlosha yamim la'omer. This is the 31st day, totaling 4 weeks and 3 days of the Omer. Here we are, another day, another tile, another counting. It needs to go this way. We only have this much time left. It's not all that much time, but there's still time and still promise and still purpose and still we're here counting together. So what is day 31? We are in the week of Hod. As a reminder, we're in the week of Hod, which is the, on this chart, it's the blue. And so we've had Hod within all of these other weeks, going straight down here. But right this week, we're in the week of Hod. So in the week of Hod, there's this idea of humility and simplicity, and this idea of being humble, humility. And so we realize that we've been given all that we have in order for there to be some elevation of our own soul. And so on day 31, we're in Tiferet Shebahod. We're in this place of Tiferet. And what is Tiferet? One of the understandings of Tiferet is beauty. Beauty, truth, balance, compassion are all part of Tiferet. Shebahod, within the presence that is the presence of some simplicity, majesty, majestic moments, which is really presence, meaning that we're in the presence of oneness, that we are in this place of creation, that we are going to hope to Tiferet Shebahod, that we can see the beauty within the presence of existence. So opening to the wonder, beauty, love, and splendor in the midst of our broken world. that in itself is tough, right? Opening to the wonder, the beauty, the love, and the splendor in the midst of the broken world in which we are currently in. Anchoring ourselves in beauty, anchoring ourselves in that which is all that is there to see, is a way to meet pain and suffering with love. Okay, so we know this. There is beauty, there is wonder, there is love amidst the brokenness, amidst the anti-Semitism, the terrorism, the voiceless, and the victims. And we know that there are things that we can't change. And for many of us, that is very difficult in itself. It's hard to even say, right? There are some of us that are always the fixers. And there are others of us that just sit and wait for it to be fixed. Or there are some of us that may, want to fix it, but realize it's out of our hands, control, reach, and realm. And so we let it be. And there are people that fluctuate between those things depending on situation. But we do know that when there is pain and suffering, the only way to meet it is with tiferet, with compassion, with truth, with balance, with harmony, with beauty. And so Psalm 31, verse 25 on day 31 says, "May our hearts be strong and filled with courage. May we open to guidance and love." May we have this heart space, this place, this chest that is strong enough to deal with whatever comes along, to have courage in ways that we can push forward. And may we also be open to guidance, that we can't do all the work alone. It just doesn't work like that. We need support. We need, friends. We need mentors. We need loved ones. We need people that are going to be there to offer a listening ear. We need people that are going to be there to lift you up. There are going to be people that need to support you in whatever ways it is, to guide you, to help you reach your true potential. And also, of course, may we be open to love. So in this practice of today, we find ourselves in the balance of humility. And so some of us are so humble that we have a hard time taking credit for our own achievements. Right? Somebody gives you a compliment and you're just like, want to bury your head down. You're like, oh God, now what am I going to say back? It's uncomfortable. Many of us that are like that are the same people that never want to get a gift because it feels strange, right? It's not easy to just say thank you and move along. It feels uncomfortable. And so that too happens when people are too humble. You can't hear it. It's just like sometimes it's okay to just listen to the compliments that you're given. And so the reminder today is to be compassionate with yourself. Celebrate your success. If you're good at something, you did something well today, you jumped in the pool and you were able to, swim better, less fatigued. One extra stroke that got you where you needed to go. It doesn't have to be something crazy. But it's the realization that says, you know what? We need to celebrate our successes. If somebody pointed out something to you that you did that was noteworthy of any, it doesn't matter the caliber. That if anybody said something to you that was noteworthy, for them to have come and shared it with you, in that moment, say, you know what? Thank you. It doesn't have to be more than that. Take it in. Celebrate that within yourself because someone noticed something great about you. Often we forget to acknowledge, to realize those that brought us to the place, those that got us where we are today. And sometimes we need to show compassion to others and lift up their contributions. Reminding ourselves that balance is all part of it. Tiferet is the balance between that which a compliment comes from and that the receiver of the compliment. There's balance in between the two. Someone's got to say it and someone's got to receive it. They go hand in hand. It's balance. It's the truth. It's having compassion for yourself, being compassionate with the one that is giving you that information. So let's practice today. Balanced humility reminds us that everyone can shine in anyone's light. So what do we do about this? In order to feel beauty within the presence, we have to be able to be calm. We have to be able to find a sense of contentment within ourselves. So what is the physical practice of what needs to happen? So we're going to hope that at some point today on day 31, you're going to be able to sit for a minute. This is not something that is long and hard and drawn out. But the first part is that you're going to sit and draw your attention to something beautiful. It could be anything that you think is beautiful. Leaves on a tree, a candle flame, a piece of art, a photo of someone you love, watching students in the hallway, kids playing outside. It doesn't matter what it is. Something that's beautiful to you. Look at it, feel it, breathe it in. Let it feel like it's right here in your heart. That whatever you saw made its way straight directly to your heart. We say when moments like that happen, Psalm 131, it's day 31, so it's close. May my soul be calm, may my soul be content. May I find calmness in the beauty that I see. May I be calm and my soul be content. And then we also need to sit, being able to repeat that verse. You don't have to remember all of it. May my soul be calm, may my soul be content. Calm and content, only 2 words you have to remember. Feeling how it feels to sit and acknowledge something that has beauty to you is to imagine that beauty in a place where there's great pain and despair in our world. That we're sitting in the vision of beauty, trying to imagine what beauty would look like in a place in this world where there is pain and despair. So we went from, it's like the juxtaposition, we went from something beautiful to seeing something beautiful, longing for something beautiful in a place where there's destruction, where there's terror, where there's pain, where there's disease, where there's war, where there's famine, whatever that looks like for you, you can pick it yourself and see how your heart, mind, balance changes. Being aware of what is uncomfortable because now you're aware of the suffering. Now you're aware of the heaviness, the weight. Continue to breathe forth and be able to say, may the light of the one, or may the light of the mystery, or may light shine on you for deliverance and love. Meaning light needs to shine in whatever that place of despair and destruction that you were imagining beauty to be. Maybe it was once there, or maybe it just so desperately needs to be there. Say the words, feel the words, hold on to the words. Envisioning that place of destruction while saying, while thinking, while feeling the words that say, may that light shine on you in that place for deliverance and for love. Returning back to just the beauty beyond the despair and destruction. We hope to be able to say over and over and over again, tomorrow. Because tonight, maybe this isn't the greatest practice for an evening. So maybe we'll do it tomorrow. May we be able to say, may my soul, may your soul, may our souls be calm, may our souls be content, may all souls be calm, may all souls be content. For we know that it takes more than our own contentment, our own calm, to make a world filled with Tiferet Shebahod, beauty within the presence. Let us be present in the presence of oneness, to fill the world with beauty in whatever way we can, and when we can't, and when we see the destruction that is, may we pray the words, may there be light, shining for deliverance and love on that place, on that people, on that situation. We are one human family, one heart of abundant love. We love you, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. 3 opportunities, 9:30, 7:30, 9:30 again. Let's keep doing the work. I'll see you in the morning. Laila Tov, a restful night. Let's find our way to betterment of self and of world. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. 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 Od Avinu Chai.